What is up, everybody? I'm going to be going over the wild encounters for next month. Or maybe it's next season, all of next season. Yeah, so this is what we're going to be seeing for the next 3 months. All of this shared skies encounters for the wild. So for the cities, we're going to have Houndour, Ralts, Magneton, Skitty, Makuhito, Trubbish, Dedenne. I'd say there's probably more. They just didn't add the and more. Foresty areas will be Linoon, Bellsprout, Ladybug, Sunkern, Skorupi, Fungus, and Breloom. Seems like everything except for Magneton in the cities could be shiny. And then everything in the forest will be Linoon and Breloom that can't be shiny. So that's not too bad. The mountains, I'd be sure we add, like at the end of these, if I don't say and more, just assume that there's going to be and more. But for the mountains, we got Vibrava, Diglett, Shuckle, Slackoth, Baneri, Excadrill, Dwebble, with Vibrava and Excadrill not being shiny available. Probably be more, which is cool. We have the beaches and water habitat, which will be Poliwhirl, Horsey, Chinchou, Surskit, Jellicent. That's kind of cool, Jellicent. Temple, Finneon, Poliwhirl, and Jellicent not being shiny available. It is kind of cool that we're going to be getting like some of these fully evolved Mons from later gens now. That's awesome. Now these are going to be split up between northern and southern hemisphere. So for northern hemisphere, we're going to have Growlithe, Skarmory, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Clamperl, and Beldum. Everything there can be shiny. There'll probably be some others like more spawns for those, but as of there, that's pretty good. Mudkip and Beldum are going to be good to have. Trico as well. All have really good last evolutions. Swampert, Metagross, Sceptile, and Swampert both have Mega evolutions in there. So if you can get a good one of those, there would be you a good Mega to have. Beldum going into Metagross would be good. It'll eventually have a Mega. So if you can find you some good ones of those, that'd be a good spot too. Now this is for the southern hemisphere only spawns. It's going to be Sneasel, Scyther, Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, Bagon, and Bronzer. Bagon, Piplup, Sneasel, and Scyther all be good ones for you to grab. Sneasel or whatever, if you get enough Sneasel candies. Weavile is a good ice type attacker for raids and gyms. Scyther going into Scizor has a Mega Evolution, which its Steel typing will be good for if you need a Steel type attacker. Piplup will be more. I think Piplup's more PvP. So Empoleon would be good for you. I'm not really sure how well Empoleon does in raids and gyms, but you could possibly use their Bagon. Going into Salamence. Salamence is a really good dragon and flying type. It also has a Mega, so that'll be a good Mon to grab for yourself if you don't have enough Bagon candies. We're gonna get into some eggs. So for the 2K eggs, it's gonna be Togepi, Pichu, Smoochum, Woobat, and Shelder. Which, Togepi and the Togekiss. Togekiss is a good raid attacker. It's even good in PvP. I'm not really sure about the rest of these. I'm not sure if Smoochum and Jinx are any good. If so, you'll have to let me know in the comments. 5K eggs, we have Vanillite, Cutiefly, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. Cutiefly being in there, you could possibly get a shiny. I know that's more of a rarer shiny that people didn't get recently. Vanillite's also another more recent shiny if you haven't got it. So there's two shinies you could try for. And if you need your candies to get your Gen 9 starters evolved, this will be a way for you too if you haven't already. 7K eggs, which they're kind of, they're not the greatest, but they're still here. We got Geodude, Slowpoke, Farfetch, Grimer, and Stunfisk. They are all like their variants from their original generations. Like Oh no, Grimer's not. Wait, why does that? They just didn't update the picture for this, so never mind. It does say Alolan. Um, Farfetch into Surfetch is good for PvP. Geodude into Golem. I'm pretty sure it's pretty good for raid attacks and gyms. Galarian Stunfisk, good for PvP. The Muck, the Galarian or the Alolan Muck will be good or is decent in PvP. You know, so you can try to grab those. We're going to the 10Ks now. And we have Tyrant, Goomy, Amora, Charcadet, and Carbink. They're like your first three are dragons. So you know if you want to try to like get any of those shiny, if you haven't got those shiny yet, there's a good shot. Charcadet, and it's a more rare, newer Mon. You know if you haven't gotten it, you know you still have your chance there. Carbink is good for PvP. I've heard. You know so you could always try to get you a decent one. Goomy and the Goodra. Goodra's pretty good. You could also be saving up candies from Goomy. So whenever they add the Paldean versions of uh, Goodra, and I don't remember the second evolution, but you could save candies up there. You know, if you get these, you can save up enough candies. If, you know, if you find anybody that doesn't have any, you can trade some out. You know, so then everybody can get some. Now we're gonna go to the adventure eggs. Oh, that's Mateo ones. Okay. Oops, I went way too far back up. My bad, everybody. Get this back down here. My mouse is being dumb, so you'll have to just give me a second. Alright, so for the Adventure 5K eggs, we're going to have Gligar, Mantike, Chingling, Cranidos, Shieldon. Cranidos and Shieldon are good. Cranidos is more, or Rampardos is more like a raid attacker. Shieldon's more PvP. Gligar and Gliscor? I'm not sure how you say its name. Uh, those are both good in PvP. Mantike into Mantine is good for PvP. Chingling is not. I mean, I'm not really sure how well it fares. 10 km eggs. The Adventure Sync will bring you Emolga, Dino, Goomy, Turtonator, Rockruff. Everything in both of these type of eggs can be shiny. I didn't realize Emolga was shiny, unless Emolga's being shiny for an event that's coming up. But all of those can be shiny. And now, if you get a 7K egg from Mateo, you can get Growlithe, Wooper, Sneasel, Pawniard. All those can be shiny, but you can also get Carbink. You know, so that's kind of cool. You can really try to grind out for a good Pawniard. So whenever they add Kingambit into the game, you could be ready for it. The Research Breakthrough box, which will be the after your 7 day. We got Hisui and Growlithe, Furfrou, Audino, Larvitar, Jangmo-O, and Axew. Jangmo-O will not be shiny until after Global Go Fest, from what I remember. Starting with Pokemon Go Fest 2024, trainers will be able to encounter shiny Jangmo for the first time in Pokemon Go if they're lucky. So they might become lucky once just all the Go Fest, or once the first Go Fest starts. I'm not 100% sure. From what I read before, it was just a global Go Fest, so we'll have to see. You know, those notes. But that's all with that. You know, like we went over all the eggs and spawns we'll be seeing. So that's pretty dope. That was pretty nice. You know, we're getting some like newer stuff and all that, so it's good to see. But with that, I will catch you all later. Peace.